This is a beautiful shoe. It's my shoe, but I haven't worn it in many years. It's actually a really expensive shoe, and it's part of a pair that has been stored in this box right here for 10 years. Well, let's say 13, because I had these shoes when I moved in here, all of them. And I've been storing them over by my closet on the floor for 10 years now, 10 to 13 years. They are all brand new. I mean, literally almost never worn. Look at the bottom. So I think I might have worn these once, twice maybe at someone's wedding. Leather. Gorgeous shoe. Should smell like leather, right? All of these shoes are leather or cork. These are cork. I actually purchased these in Mykonos in Greece a few years ago when I was in Greece. The Greeks love super high heels, and you go to boutiques all over Greece, and these are the kinds of shoes you find in those boutiques. This is genuine satin. It's dark blue satin to match a dress that I purchased to match these shoes when I was visiting Mykonos with a group of friends approximately 10 years ago. Again, this is cork with satin. And these white shoes right here are also leather. These are beautiful, and I've been very carefully preserving them and storing them in this box since I moved in here. The box has always been right by the floor of that closet right there. Right now I'm pulling everything away from the wall, going through all my boxes because of the pest control inspection that is coming up in a couple of days. An extermination rather, not an inspection. Inspectional Services issued a code violation citation to the landlord in this unit a few weeks ago for cockroaches. Go figure. I've lived in this unit for 13 years and have never seen cockroaches up until a couple of months ago. It took 10 years for any rodents to show up in this unit, and I've always had the same exact pile of boxes since I moved in here in 2011. So the boxes are not what are attracting the pests. There's no food in there. It's all notebooks, papers, books, photographs, ceramic items, glass items, decorations, no food, nothing that could possibly be edible unless it's paper. And for 10 years, when I lived in this unit without seeing a single bug, a single spider, anything. These shoes have been getting stored in a plastic bin. This is a plastic bin with a snap-on lid. And I haven't opened this box in, 2 years maybe, because I just don't wear these shoes anymore. These are not the kinds of shoes I tend to walk around in because I'm legally blind, and wearing these kinds of shoes could be really harmful to me, to my safety, but I still have them just in case I have to go to someone's wedding or some dressy event and need to wear these shoes. This is suede. This is a natural suede shoe. It should smell like suede, but when I open the lid of this box, it smelled like dog shit. Every single pair of shoes in this box smells like dog shit. That's weird because I've never worn these shoes anywhere near dog shit. Most of the time, I wear them only inside. There's nothing on the bottom of these shoes, right, that could ever smell like dog shit because I don't wear them in grass. I've worn them maybe to nightclubs. Once, twice. Do you see how there's barely any scuff marks? There's no dog shit on the bottom of these shoes. None of them. The shoes in these plastics are so clean. See, no dog shit. So why does every single pair of shoes, including the plastics, smell like dog shit? I'll tell you why. Because the same psychopath, sex offender, cyber criminal, career stalker, mentally disturbed, hate stalking nut job named Jasmine Irizarry, who has been breaking and entering into my unit for 10 years now, at some point in the last couple of years, broke and entered into this unit and decided to contaminate these beautiful pairs of shoes that have barely been worn and that are clean all over, right? There's no dog shit on any of these shoes. They've barely been worn with something that smells like dog shit. Irizarry is a mentally disturbed, hate-stalking psychopath who Oleg Alexeyev of the Greenville Group keeps praising in terms of her abilities to, as he put it, get into anything. Oh, she is so good. She can get into anything. She can hack into anything. Greenville staffers have repeatedly referred to Irizarry as their surveillance expert, and multiple police officers have confirmed that she's a psychopath, meaning she has a compulsive urge to hurt people and doesn't feel bad about it. One of the things that she does and has verifiably been doing for 10 years now, since she was placed in the bathroom of Unit 78 behind this wall in 2013, sometime in June or July of 2013, Irizarry, the psycho scum, hate stalking asswipe, was placed in the unit behind this wall, which is a bathroom, but she always was spending a tremendous amount of time in the bathroom directly against this wall, getting really disruptive and aggressive against that wall, against the pipes to my sink, banging on them, slamming things against the wall, blowing smoke and fumes into this unit. And several times while I was lying on my bed, which is right over there, Irizarry took it upon herself to pick the lock to this door when it was locked, right? I always lock my door when I'm sleeping or when I'm lying in bed just resting. And she deliberately and very blatantly picked the lock to my door or unlocked it using a key given to her by Oleg Lisayev, her BFF in Greenville management. And she repeatedly let herself into this unit while I was watching her unlock this door from the outside. She used to like to play games with me when I was away at work. And I would, sometimes leave makeup lying around or toiletries. And she would literally snap those items, like she'd break the lipsticks, snap the stems of lip liners and eyeliners, and then leave them in the middle of the table so that when I would get home, there would be the broken pieces of my cosmetics lying right in front of me to see. Of course, she was never in the unit when I was in the unit, when I was at work, but she would deliberately let me know that she'd been in here by blatantly leaving the broken lipsticks or broken lip liners or eyeliners on the counter or on the table. So that would be the first thing that I saw when I got home. She also used to go to the common bathrooms and fish out hygiene items that I had properly disposed of in the bathrooms of the common bathrooms and then leave those items in front of my door for everybody to see so that when I came home from work, my hygiene items were suddenly lying on the floor in front of my door. So when these beautiful pairs of shoes that I've barely worn, maybe twice, right, as evidenced by hardly any scuff marks on the bottoms of any of these pairs of shoes, and they certainly do not have dog shit on them. Well, when every single pair of shoes in this bin smells like dog shit and I've actually had to wipe everything down and spray it with rubbing alcohol, then the smell of dog shit goes away after I've wiped everything down and sprayed it with rubbing alcohol, then you know that the hate-stalking psycho scum asswipe filth Irizarry, a career criminal, and according to Oleg Eliseyev, well, when she's done here, I will make sure she's properly taken care of, because I said she's a mentally disturbed psychopath who won't leave people alone. He's like, oh yeah, when she's done here, I'll get her properly taken care of, meaning he's going to finally get her the psychological help that she obviously needs. These beautiful shoes have been in a snap lid plastic bin for years. They should never smell like dog shit. They are leather shoes that have barely been worn, have very clean soles. I've certainly never worn them anywhere that dog shit could possibly occur, right? I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a pebble or something, or gum. And leather, satin, and suede should never smell like dog shit. And everything smells like dog shit in here. It's not just one pair of shoes, right? So if I had accidentally stepped on dog shit wearing one of these pairs of shoes, the shoes that are in plastic bags should not also smell like dog shit, but literally everything, including the inside of this bag and the shoes on the inside of this bag, smells like dog shit, meaning somebody must have taken something, some kind of liquid with dog shit, sprayed it all over the inside of that bin or sprayed it on the inside of the bags, then put the shoes back, close the lid, and then I had to smell that when I first opened that lid. But interestingly enough, again, it's every single pair of shoes. Not every single pair of shoes could possibly have come into contact with dog shit. Even if I did accidentally walk in an area of dog shit in one of the nice ballrooms of the weddings that I attended wearing these shoes, or of the nice nightclubs that I wore these shoes to in Greece, right? It's deliberate, as everything that happens in this unit, because it happens all the time, constantly. It's not due to chance. It's not a strange coincidence that an entire plastic bin filled with really nice, expensive shoes many of whom have only been worn once or twice, all natural leather, natural suede, cork and satin rhinestones. These are leather, and they are so expensive and precious that I literally keep them in plastic bags. But the inside of the plastic bags also smells like dog shit. That is vandalism, folks. And that's Jasmine Irizarry, the psycho scum, hate stalking, career criminal that Oleg Eliseyev of the Greenville Group keeps bragging to me several times that she can get into anything. She herself has informed me on social media that she's a structural engineer and an IT expert who gets paid to solve problems. So when two people from Greenville management and Irizarry, the psycho scum, hate stalking, asswipe, psychopath, tell me that they are doing what I think that they're doing, then, you know, all bets are off. Then we've got a situation on our hands and I have to contact law enforcement, because certainly, even if I had accidentally stepped in some kind of dog shit wearing these brand new perfect shoes, and no, that's not dog shit, it's some kind of maybe gum or something, and the partner shoe, clean sole, right? That's how much I've worn them, barely anything. Even if one of these shoes had accidentally come into contact with dog shit, these shoes that are inside plastics should not also smell like dog shit. In fact, the shoes inside the plastic smell the most intense, because probably Irizarry, the psycho scum, asswipe, filth, trash, hate stalking, career thug, must have sprayed some kind of solution with dog shit in it on the inside of these plastics. That's why it smells so intensely on the inside of these plastics, but also all over these shoes, all over the inside of the bin. And the smell went away as soon as I sprayed everything down with rubbing alcohol. So now nothing smells, right? None of these shoes smell because I just decontaminated it. The bin, the plastics, the shoes, everything. But this has happened so many times in the last 10 years, not just with shoes, but with my dry cleaning, beautiful clothing items that I've been, keeping under plastic. This is a brand new jacket that I just brought back from the dry cleaners yesterday. And I've actually tied the bottom of it because, knowing Irizarry, the mentally disturbed, surveillance using psychopath, as soon as I go down the hall for a couple of minutes, she's going to rush in here, knowing that I'm not in here, and she's going to smear filth all over this beautiful jacket that I just paid $35 to have dry cleaned. And that is absolutely pristine right now. So if this jacket, which I just brought back from the dry cleaners yesterday, suddenly starts smelling like fish or like dog shit or somebody's ass, then I know Irizarry, the psycho scum, is up to her usual tricks and is using the surveillance devices that Oleg Eliseyev has told me that they're using in this unit. And so have the police inform me that there's surveillance devices in this unit, that she's using those surveillance devices to know when I am and am not in this unit. And then she runs in here with her, whatever it is, spray bottle of stinking, foul-smelling body fluids or dog shit and sprays things down with that contamination. And then I have to deal with it by spraying everything down with rubbing alcohol, which then gets rid of the smell. It's ridiculous. But when your landlord admits to using the services of a career psychopath like Irizarry, then again, all bets are off and anything is possible, folks. So these beautiful shoes, thankfully, they're not ruined. Thankfully, rubbing alcohol did not damage the varnish or the beautiful leather sole or the padding on the inside of these, on any of these pairs. I paid quite a bit of money for these shoes in Mykonos when I was there 10 years ago. Mykonos is an island off the coast of Greece. My friends and I went there not just once, but twice in 2 years. Beautiful satin rhinestone, cork, barely worn. Thankfully, these haven't been damaged by the fact that I had to spray them down several times with rubbing alcohol to get rid of the dog shit smell, when none of these shoes have ever come near dog shit. Never worn them in grass, never worn them in any spot where there could have been dog shit. And I've only been legally blind for 4 years. So before that, I was able to perfectly see everywhere my feet went. Then you know that the hate stalking psycho scum, rejected asswipe, career criminal named Irizarry had something to do with this. And according to her handler, Oleg Eliseyev, oh, she is so good. She can get into anything. Well, yeah, I believe him when he tells me that, because I see evidence of that all the time. Every time I open a new box of precious, expensive items in this unit, they've been vandalized or somehow messed with by the jealous, hate-stalking psychopath that Eliseyev has been using and retaining for his own nefarious purposes for 10 years now.